Hey, this is Lynn. I'm here for my Monday weigh-in, but this is not Monday. This is Sunday night. I'm doing something a little different this week. I've just completed 61 weeks on the carnivore diet, and I wanted to try something a little bit different. I am finding that I really just don't know from week to week what's going to happen, and that's fine. It ends up being a surprise, but I usually on Sunday evening end up thinking about it. And I thought, well, maybe I should kind of do my video, like part of it Sunday night, and just talk about what I think might happen when I weigh in tomorrow. Because typically what I've been doing is I've been weighing in first thing Monday morning. And then I go through, calculate my metrics, and make sure I have all the data. And then I record my video, and it's really just a reflection of the results and trying to think about like, okay, what happened this week? What did I do right? What did I do wrong? But it's always a reflection knowing the results and knowing what the scale said. So I figured I think I'm going to try something a little different and see if I can be really in tune with my body. And if it matters, I don't know. I'm just, sometimes I get baffled because I feel like I haven't lost any weight, or I feel like I've gained weight, or I feel like I've lost weight, and the result is completely different. So this week, I actually don't feel like I lost any weight. I possibly maybe feel like I could have gained some weight. It's just a weird gut feeling that I have that, like, I don't feel lighter. My clothes aren't necessarily fitting me any looser. And, I'm at the point in my weight loss journey where I'm just anticipating that I'm going to have plateaus. I've lost 100 pounds, and as of tomorrow morning, who knows if it's still going to be 100, because I was just barely over 100. So I may weigh in tomorrow morning and it turns out that I'm not even at 100 anymore. Who knows? But when I look back over this past week, still struggling with my sleep. I have been doing exercise. I don't know if you're watching me and Lindy from Limitless Lindy. Every Friday we're doing a check-in on our fitness challenge. I am definitely exercising. Been eating cheese again. So cheese often results in a stall. And I don't know why I'm eating cheese, but my husband has cheese around the house, and I've just been eating cheese, and I don't know. I love cheese, and maybe I'm struggling a little bit with cravings, which may mean that I'm just not eating enough meat, potentially. I did try a couple times to actually eat better. I'm testing out some things to see, like, if I increase my fat, what's that going to do with my weight? I guess I feel as though I can afford maybe to experiment a little bit and see what exactly it is that my body needs. I have noticed that I have had some cravings. I haven't had any cravings for sugar. I haven't had any cravings, for carbs. I just feel like I've craved more food. So maybe it is that I'm not eating enough. And so what I've decided to do when I have those cravings is I go and I have been chomping down on some better, like unsalted. I can't do the salted. It's way too salty. But there were times where I also had cheese. So I am going to predict that tomorrow when I weigh in, that either my weight is plateaued or I've gained some weight. If I have gained weight, then I think cheese is going to have to go out again, and I will focus on trying to eat more, larger quantity of meat. It's just, it may be a byproduct of the sleep. I don't know why I continue to struggle with the sleep. I'm going to bed earlier and just not going to sleep. So I did discover one thing though, and that is my alarm has not been going off. I've been trying to get up earlier every morning, and I've been setting an alarm. So I figure it doesn't matter what time I go to bed, I'm going to still get up at a decent time. And then I end up oversleeping past my alarm. And I found out this morning that my volume on my phone was down to nothing. So I wasn't getting woken up by my alarm. So anyways, those are my thoughts for this evening. We shall see what happens in the morning. We'll find out. And one exciting thing is that this week, let me grab it here. Okay. Our book got published. So I have mentioned that I have been writing a book. Myself, Amy D. Hosp, we have written this book. It's a carnivore book for kids. And it has comic strips, and it has coloring pages and activity pages, and it has even pages where they can make their own comic strip in the back. We got an answer key, places for them to do recipes. Anyways, this book is now available. This is part of a fundraiser that is to go towards the Healing Humanity documentary. So I'll post a link in my video. Buy it if you've got kids, grandkids. The comic book is written for about, young kids, early elementary, but there's activities in here for older kids, and there's, some simple coloring pages for little kids and some more complicated pages for some older kids. And it's to teach them. It's very positive. There's nothing negative in it. It's just to teach them about the health benefits of beef, bacon, butter, and eggs. And so anyways, I'm pretty excited about that. That's and Adam and Carrie, both, with Healing Humanity, have looked at it and given the thumbs up. They like it. And so we're going to be starting to promote it. And Dr. Barry promoted it on his channel from what I heard. I haven't seen the video, but he's already promoting it. So, okay, I'm back. My screen froze last night, and so I just said, okay, obviously it's time to go to bed. But now this is officially Monday, July 29th, 2024, and it's also my official 14-month anniversary of starting the carnivore diet. It's not the day that I first weighed in, but it is the day, May 29th of 23 was the first day that I actually started the carnivore diet. Went cold turkey, which is just the way I do things. Don't recommend anybody do that. Sorry, my phone's banging. I'm going to turn the ringer off here. Okay. But anyway, so I basically did something different last night. I kind of just went through my thoughts and tried to think about, how do I feel? What do I expect to happen when I weigh in the morning? So I did weigh in this morning, but before, like I said, I weighed in, and then I went and got my blood drawn. My naturopathic doctor had ordered a bunch of labs for me, and this was a while ago. I'm really bad about getting my lab done. Getting my labs done because I am a very difficult stick. I was wondering if I was going to be a little better after losing 100 pounds. No. So I got stuck 5 times, 2 people. The 4th stick was successful, but then the vein only filled up 4 of the 7 tubes. It was a lot of labs that were ordered. And the phlebotomist filled these tubes up really full. And so that vein just got tapped out. And so stick number 5 was the remaining 3 tubes. And even with that, it was the other arm. I had to pump my hand just to try to keep the blood flowing long enough to get enough. And so I am a pincushion. My veins are deeper than they appear, and they roll. Apparently that has not changed with losing 100 pounds. I guess rolly veins are rolly veins. And so I'm not delighted, but it is what it is. So I should be getting results. And if any of you were in the book club from yesterday with that I do with Kim and Carrie, We're going over Good Energy by Casey Means, and the chapter we're on is about labs. So the last time I did labs was September of 2023, and I had seen improvement in a lot of things, but I had nothing recent to compare it to. So I said, okay, I will get my labs done first thing Monday morning, and so I'll have the results. Hopefully I'll have all the results back in time to go over them on Sunday, but I'll probably do my own video as well, just to do a comparison and see how things are now after 14 months. It's officially 14 months on that I got my blood drawn. So we shall see. I'm a little nervous, but yeah. So the question is, did I do a good job of predicting? I know I have an issue, I've had an issue forever with body dysmorphia, so I don't necessarily look at myself and see an equivalent to how much I weigh. My body dysmorphia is on the weird side, as in I always see myself as thinner than I really am. And it's not until I look at, like in a mirror or look at a picture that someone took of me, that it just hits me like a brick. Like, oh my gosh, I'm big. I'm very glad I don't have that shock anymore. Like I mentioned a few weeks ago, and Dave and I, we were walking up to a store, we could see ourselves in the glass, and I was actually like surprised. I'm thinner. Like I told him, like we're not a 10 anymore. He used to be the 1 and I was the 0, and now we're an 11. I'm a little bigger 11. But I was thinking this morning too about how I remember in my weight loss journey when I crossed over the mark where I was finally less than 100 pounds heavier than him. And that was, I mean, it's depressing as it is, but I am less than 40 pounds now to go before I'm the same weight as him. So I'm making progress. This is fantastic. My mast cell disease is great. One of the labs that were drawn was a serum tryptase. My serum tryptase is always elevated. I have hereditary alpha tryptosemia on top of the mast cell activation syndrome. And so whenever my mast cells degranulate, they produce extra copies of tryptase. And that's just something that's going to happen because our mast cells have to degranulate. That's part of our immune system. So I'm feeling as though mine are much less dysfunctional. So I'm hoping that the tryptase will be coming down, because I feel as though I'm not getting as many reactions. Like my throat, I don't have the throat swelling, my rosacea is so much better, my gut's better, I don't have the heart palpitations. I think last week I went over all these things that I was experiencing that were non-scale victories. So many of them are related to the improvement in my mast cell activation syndrome. So we will see. I don't know what to expect when it comes to the serum tryptase test, but we've got a lot of labs to go over, and so we'll see what happens. But let's get on to my results. Was I right or was I wrong? Well, I was very wrong. I can't trust my gut feelings, obviously, because I stepped on the scale this morning and I was down on the scale 2.4 pounds. What? I did not, obviously, I didn't anticipate that. I thought I had gained weight. At a minimum, stayed the same. But I lost 2.4 pounds on the scale. I did put on 0.2 of fat-free body weight, so my total fat loss for the week was 2.6 pounds. I obviously am not that in tune, or maybe I'm just kind of psychoanalyzing this. Is this an important experiment? Probably not. But it is something that I'm doing just to see how self-aware I am. And I don't even know if it's a matter of being self-aware. Is it even realistic to expect to feel when you've lost weight? I don't know if that's even realistic. Can we trust our feelings or not? A lot of people, you can, from one day to another, you can feel heavier, you can feel lighter. Is it even a reflection of the actual scale? Apparently for me, it was not. So I am very curious. I may do this again a few more times, and just to see if I get better at gauging my weight loss, or I don't know. It's just one of those weird experiments that I want to do for myself. I don't have any scientific reason for doing it. It's more of a psychological thing for me, just to see if I can figure it out without jumping on the scale right away. But I'm so happy that I was wrong, honestly. And so my muscle, I gained 0.2 pounds of muscle. Now I have been doing my exercises. Lindy and I are doing this fitness challenge, and we're doing the walking challenge with a great YouTube channel called Get Fit with Rick, and it's a lot of fun. But we're also still doing our arm challenge. I'm not doing it as often, but one thing that I added was counter push-ups, because I know that one of the issues with muscle is that you got to use your muscle, and I don't use my muscles a lot. Like, you got to lift heavy things and you have to work them in order to build muscle. I'm giving my muscle the building blocks, and for a very long time I was gaining muscle without needing to really do a whole lot of exercise. But it seems that I'm at a point where if I want to continue to build muscle, I'm going to have to really start to work my muscles. So I have started to do countertop push-ups. I cannot do a push-up right from the floor. I haven't tried the girl push-ups, the ones where you go on your knees. So I may try that, but I had tried previously to do an actual regular push-up and I couldn't do it. So I figured, well, I'm going to start out with countertop push-ups where I'm just standing there, I'm at a bit of an angle, and I'm pushing, and it's creating enough of a challenge that I think it's pretty good for now. And I'm doing just 10 of those. And I'm hoping it's going to help the arm flab challenge, the workout video, be easier because it is so hard. But I'm hoping it's going to make it easier for me. But I hope that this is an indication that it's helping, because I gained 0.2 pounds of muscle. Another exciting thing, I gained bone again. It has been forever, it seems, since I gained bone, but I gained 0.2 of bone. My bone has been hanging out at 7.4 for so long. Now I started out at 5.8. I was in the low range for bone density. And then I've been hanging out at 7.4, which was around the middle of normal. So I'm happy with it. But I was so excited. This morning I weighed in and my body composition scale has me gaining bone again. Whoa. And I don't know, maybe it's because I'm working my muscles. I don't know how it works. But I'm now 7.6 pounds of bone, which is fantastic. So I only gained 0.2 of fat-free body weight, the good tissues. So, and here I've got 0.2 of muscle, 0.2 of bone. So that means that I had to have lost 0.2 this week of fluid, which is fine. And so overall, since the very beginning, and the first time I weighed in was May 31st of 23, I have lost, on the scale, I've lost 102.6 pounds. I have gained a total of 27.0 pounds of good tissue. So my actual fat loss is 129.6 pounds. So just under 130 pounds. Another really great result from this week is my visceral fat is down another pound. So it is at 17. And I have to get to 11 to be at the upper limit of acceptable for visceral fat. But I have been with the Get Fit with Rick, the videos that we do. It's it's walking and it's a little bit of movement, but it's generally walking. But at the very end of the video, for the last 15 seconds, he does a sprint in place, like really fast for 15 seconds. So it's kind of like a bit of a HIIT workout with just one high intensity session. But I have been doing it, and I've been giving it everything that I have to try to go as fast as I can for that last 15 seconds. So maybe that's helping me lose the visceral fat. I don't know. Or maybe it's a fluke. I don't know. I analyze too much. But anyways, I'm very pleased with the results this week. I am a little shocked at how far off I was in my perception. Like, perception and reality were like way off. So I'll try this again. We'll see what happens, see if I get any better at predicting. And again, I don't think it's important. It's just something I want to do because I'm geeky, I'm nerdy, I'm curious, and it's another little experiment to do on myself. All right, well, that's it for this week. I hope everyone's having a fantastic week, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.